What's poppin', yo? It looks like Young Thug is begging to go back to jail, or in this case, prison, because if you didn't know, if he messes up at all in the next 15 years, he goes back for 15 years. Yeah, he's on like 15-year probation. And he ran into none other than Charleston White. That's correct. So they were all at the reunion party for Drewski's Could Have Been Love show. And this interaction happened.
They ain't ready for that mate. They so gone.
So here you have it. You hear Charleston White yelling at him too. And then he put this caption up and said, Young Thug and his goons threatened Unc life and tried to attack him at Drewski's Could Have Been Love reunion. And it didn't go their way. Unc is threatening to press charges against Young Thug for terroristic threat by saying you're going to lose your life right here. While his goon pretend to clutch a gun while on Federal Aviation Administration property in Miami, Florida. So, you know, he's got all of his stuff on lock, Charleston White. And he went on a video the next day to retell the entire story and to tell people exactly what he's going to do. It's a longer video, so I'm gonna timestamp it for you guys, but I'm gonna play you guys the whole thing right now.
Jeffrey Williams, let me explain something to you, mother. You on probation, right? You just approached me, threatening me. Your words was, we step on shit, okay? You didn't say I, you made it plural. You said we. So that's in cohorts. I mean, a gang. You on probation. Then you had a fella with you that was possessing a gun. You are not supposed to be around with people that had guns. Eyewitness, along with other witnesses, saw your friend with the short body, with the fat, pudgy stomach that hangs above or over his waistline like a kangaroo pouch. The fat motherfucker was clutching the gun. His exact words as he was clutching the gun or appearing to be clutching the gun. I assumed it was a gun. I think it was a gun. I believe it was a gun, right? That makes it aggravated assault. His words was, don't lose your life in her. My words was, do it. Then other people came out and interfered. I proceeded to brandish the mace and pull out the mace and say, you need to get mace. So I understand we was on a private airport's property, which is under the Federal Aviation Administration. So first thing Monday morning, because you said Jeffrey Williams on probation, a.k.a. King Slime, a.k.a. Young Thug, you said we step on your other brother, your goon with the gang chain, the YSL spider chain, pretending to clutch a gun as he was assuming to be brandishing and holding the gun, said, don't lose your life. I am now in fear of my life. Swear to God I am. I'm going to contact my attorney. First thing Monday morning, we will be going to the courts to file a restraining order against you for my protection. Not only that, I will be contacting the federal authorities because you made a threat while possessing a gun on federal property, a private airport. I'm pressing charges on you, Jeffrey. I know you're on probation. You fit to go to jail. I swear to God, you will. I'm doing everything because you got me afraid for my life. You are a gang leader. I don't even know why you was at the Drewski Could Have Been Love reunion. You wasn't on one episode, ugly motherfucker. I don't even know what you were there for. Bothered me. And you waited till I was by myself. You waited till I was by myself and approached me with a gang of guys, thinking that you was going to intimidate me and cause me to be in fear. And guess what? You did. Sure did. And I am in fear. God said I would lose my life clutching the gun. I seen it and I saw it. And I swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help me God. You going to jail, bitch. And I'm contacting your probation officer. I'm sending her the video to show that you was there and you was with gang members. I got the pictures and the photos of every guy you was with. Swear to God I do. Yeah, no business bother me. But you got the right one, Jeffrey. Yeah. Jeffrey King Slime. Finna slime your ass right into Fannie Willie's hands. She already done tried to get you revoke. Guess what I'm finna do? Get you a revocation hearing. I swear to God, I'm finna get you a revocation hearing. And I listen, I'm gonna tell exactly what happened. Detailed description. And you waited. You thought y'all gonna catch me by myself and I was gonna cowboy and grab my nuts on you and told you to do it. And I was by myself. You with a group of nuts. And you had every opportunity to upside my motherfucking head. Get what you didn't do? Nothing but make threats. And guess what it is? Against the law.
So here you have it. And to be honest, one thing that was quite surprising was the response to this. Usually, Young Thug, or prior to a year ago, Young Thug was a beloved figure. People wanted him to come back, and they definitely didn't want him to get locked up, especially throughout the trial, despite the heinous acts that he did or commanded others to do. But what happened since then? Well, people were anticipating some good music, and he just dropped some garbage that people didn't want to hear. So people aren't really too interested in him anymore. They haven't heard from him much. Now you're probably wondering, why the hell does Young Thug have such a hard-on pause for Charleston White? Well, Charleston White has been clowning Young Thug for a long time now. Charleston White has been talking about gang members as a whole, but it's been so many years that a lot of them have just decided, you know what, we're just going to stay away from this guy because he has all the tools to combat us. That is the mace. He even maced Soulja Boy. He did a 1v7 clutch against Soulja Boy and all his goons with mace in Florida, but he will also tell on us. And it's crazy that this took this long for people to figure out that the greatest fear of any rapper or gang member, at least in the media that's popular, that has some level of money that he would be talking about, otherwise there's no point in him talking about some random gang member, is the police and law enforcement. So if somebody's willing to invoke snitching, you're suddenly the biggest villain and everybody's terrified of you. So this is just a little skit that Charleston White did while the trial was going on about Gunna and Young Thug.
Cause he ugly. He ain't got no muscles. He ugly. An ugly ass nigga running the town. The ugliest nigga coming out the projects. Been mistreated all his life. He like one of them Michael Vick dogs in the backyard that had their head in the cage. That all they know how to do is fight and bite. And you done get this mother to a loving family. This motherfucker go bite everybody in the house. And the cousins come over too. And the neighbors too. This ugly motherfucker now running the city. He been busted, dusty, ass ugly. Bad dental work. Poor hygiene. Been mean in the motherfucker. What y'all think when y'all make him president of the country? He want to go to war with everybody. He dropping bombs everywhere. They got the man on the phone telling Woody them, you once them got soft. Them niggas dead yet. What? You saying this on the phone? They got the man recorded. Y'all done got soft.
So this is all good and fun, and you wouldn't think that Young Thug would get too upset about this, especially because he was allowed to go free. It's not like he was doing 15 years or anything like that. But when he was free, there became this whole, like, the thuggening leaks, where all of Young Thug's jail conversations with other people was being exposed, with his girlfriend talking about other people. He's just talking behind people's backs, cheating on his girlfriend. All of these things were leaking last summer, and Charleston White took advantage of this. Also, one thing that leaked was a 2-hour conversation that Young Thug had with police officers at the jail station, and he was just singing with them. I mean, he was just talking and talking, asking them for food, and Charleston White went in on him for that.
They asked him, Jeffrey, you want something to eat? That nigga, yeah. Yeah. Say, boy, them lads be hungry in that county jail. I done said, boy, that county jail will make a nigga take 15 years worth. He just wait just a little bit longer, he'll get 6 months probation. So, and I'm finna explain that to you. Now, Thug done got Thug. Listen, listen. Any nigga that didn't have dental work before he got to veneers is a rotten mother. They say Thug teeth was so bad for them veneers, homie. They say before Thug became famous, that's why he called himself King Slime. He always been ugly. He ugly now. Thankful he got the money.
So this one was funny. because, and I think this is the one that really upset Young Thug, because Charleston White was coming for him for his head tie. Everybody was coming for, or at least everybody was talking about Young Thug. Everyone was making fun of Young Thug. Everyone was anticipating the next leak. But Charleston White was really grilling him and saying, see, I told you guys this guy destroyed the city, and this is how he's moving. He doesn't even like you guys. He was showing the true evil of Young Thug, which, let's not mince words here. While Young Thug may have been very nice and a great friend to many people within the industry, a lot of rappers, even non-gangster rappers that have kicked it with Young Thug or have worked with Young Thug, have said he's been great. He's been a good friend to them. He's helped them. Sure, he did that with you guys, but with ordinary people in his neighborhood, he was terrorizing them. And before he got released, he would put out an apology, Young Thug that is, to the judge.
I am a smart guy. I am a good guy, and I really got a good heart. I find myself in a lot of stuff because I was just nice or cool, and I understand that you can't be that way when you reach a certain height, because it could end bad, and it don't really have to have nothing to do with you, but it could end bad, and it could, fall on you. And I know the choice is yours. It's up to you, and I hope that you allow me to go home today and just trust in me to just do the right thing and never see you again unless it's at a bar in the future or something. Just out of this type of situation, I promise you I won't ever be in this type of situation again. I'm going away. I've learned from my mistakes. I come from nothing, and I've made something, and I didn't take full advantage of it. I'm sorry. Through these last 2.5 years of my life, you are really, truly, honestly, the best thing that has happened to me, because you made everything fair for me and everybody involved on both sides,
Clearly, he did not learn anything from that apology, and it was all just fake and fraud. But it's also such a nice contrast to see. Like, you see how he's talking to the judge, and then you see how he's talking to Charleston White, or how Charleston White alleges that he was talking to him. It's a night and day difference. But what's the first thing that Young Thug tweets out when he comes out, or one of the first things? He says, "Wham, let's drop one on these rats, Peter." So he's back on that same energy, and Wham is Lil Baby he's referencing, and he's talking about Young Thug too. So he's against this whole ratting, telling stuff. Another thing that he did as well is that he would talk about Kid Cudi, talking about like, damn, Kid Cudi a rat, when Kid Cudi was subpoenaed to get on the stand at Diddy's trial. And Diddy was the one that, or I don't know if he got convicted for it, but allegedly blew up the dude's car, was terrorizing his life, and was threatening him because he was being manipulated by Cassie, being used to buy her as a pawn to get Diddy jealous and to, I don't know, get like a softer guy on the side that she felt safe around, versus Diddy where it was constant terror. And while there was the Atlantic DA's office a year ago, they were trying to get his probation revoked, he would tweet out and say, "I don't make treats to people." He meant threats. "I'm a good person. I would never condone anyone threatening or definitely participate in threatening anyone. I'm all about peace and love." Well, what Charleston White was saying, it didn't sound like Young Thug was all about peace and love. And a bunch of people were thinking that, Charleston White's not serious. Well, Charleston White immediately after would post the following and say, "I just received Young Thug, aka Jeffrey Williams, snitch paperwork when he told on someone at the age of 17 in the back of the police car. Brian Steele had it suppressed in court." And he shows this like motion. Now, really what we want to see is this restraining order, because I don't know if Charleston White's just joking around about it. Young Thug has not said a thing about any of this yet, which he should not say anything unless it goes legal and he risks potentially going back to jail, because this would be an instance where he goes back to jail. Him making threat, him doing anything, I think even failing a drug test would be enough to send him back to jail. Although we know he's gassing it up. And this is the thing that really irritates me about Young Thug, as somebody who really had a strong level of support and anticipation for Young Thug's music when he would be released from jail, that I wasn't disappointed. I was frankly disgusted, because what did he drop? He dropped a song. The most memorable thing that Young Thug did last year musically was dropping a song that spammed the hard R and having a white album cover. Do you hear how just pathetic that is. And I think his whole intention behind it was to get attention off of the leaks that were coming out. I think the majority of them came out, at least the ones that are someone is currently suppressing may still be out there. But he dropped some whack music after having been released for a year. So he actually got released in 2024. So in 2025, 10 months later, 11 months later, he drops the album that was dead on arrival. Like, nobody listened to this album. Let's be real here. Or nobody still listens to this album. Nobody says like, yo, damn, I still got to play that one track. What's that one track? Can you even name one track off that album? I can't even name the album. I need to look the album up. That's probably the only album on Young Thug's entire discography that I don't remember the title of. And it was his post-jail album. What's the title of the album? I'm actually looking it up. Oh yeah, UI Scuddy. And this was supposed to be a big deal. Funny enough, now when you go to the album cover, they have like the Galaxy album cover, the Supernova edition. They don't, oh no, they do have the other version as well. Well, I was about to give them some credit for having gotten rid of the other ugly one. But yeah, like what songs? I don't remember a single one of these songs. I mean, he had Cardi B on here. He had T.I. on here. He had Mariah the Scientist on here, who, like I said, he had her on here twice. They should have dropped music together within weeks of his release, because that was one of the big storylines going on, which is free promotion. And he didn't do that. He just decided to, I don't know, step around with her for 10 months until he finally dropped something. So frankly, Young Thug, I don't think he realizes this right now, but in the greater normal people sphere, which is fans of music, people that enjoy Young Thug's music, people that defended him, they don't care anymore. Like, they don't care about Young Thug. They don't care if he goes back to jail, because there is this mutual exchange that they expect, which is, Young Thug, you're going to get out. You gave us a ton of good music. We listened to it. We went to your shows. You went to jail. Now we're deprived of good music. If they bring you out of jail, you give us some good music and we'll give you back our fanship and support. And they gave him support throughout the trial. Now, Young Thug gave them a steaming hot pile of forgetfulness. I wouldn't say the album was necessarily trash. It was just dead on arrival. It was very forgetful. He gave them that after 10 months. Disrespectful. Absolutely disrespectful. Meanwhile, you had Young Dolph, not Young Dolph actually. You had FDO come out with Pooh Shiesty. This guy spent no time. What's crazy is that he's going to drop First Day Out 3 because it seems like this guy is locked up again. We haven't heard from him since. So he dropped FDO. This guy was hungry, ready to get back into the booth, as are most serious rappers when they get out. And keep in mind, Young Thug was in Aiden Ross's apartment. He was living in Aiden Ross's Miami condo while he got out, when he was living in Miami. And he trashed that condo so bad because the live streamer Clavicular would move into that condo after Young Thug moved out. And he would just talk about how many, or Aiden would talk about how many repairs, how many things that they had to change because Young Thug lived there. So even though this guy is getting to live in Aiden Ross's apartment in a new condo, we don't know how much he was paying. I don't think he gave it to him for free. There's no way he let that. Actually, there is a way where Aiden Ross is nice enough to let Young Thug live there after getting out of prison or jail. And he just trashes the entire place. So no respect for people that are doing him favors. And even if he rented it to him, he shouldn't be trashing the place. So what the hell has Young Thug done for us that we should care? Honestly, more people, like, that's why I said you got to read the replies to this. People are not messing with Young Thug. They said, yeah, well, we're tired of that guy. Send him back to jail. The YFN Lucci has done more since he's been out. That guy's released music actively. He's actively stayed out of the BS. We haven't heard him threatening anybody. So if Young Thug can't act properly, especially at an event like this, just get this guy out of everything. I'm not saying lock him back up, but I wouldn't feel bad if he got sent back. But let me know what y'all think in the comments. Like and subscribe and hit the notification bell if you enjoyed. And I'm going to see y'all in the next one.